Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is April K, where clarity meets power and silence builds strategy. I help high functioning women repair what's quietly fracturing their focus, reclaim their peace, and lead without apology. So let's lock in. All right, beautiful soul. So we are continuing our great lock in.
Beyond the limit of a man, limit of a mind, limit of a heart.
Today, we're going to get into the mental discipline behind the movement. Okay. Now, before we go anywhere, I want you to breathe. Take a big, deep breath in and let it out. I want you to understand something. This great lock in thing, it's not a trend. I know, it's like a buzz sentence for people right now, but, it's not some internet detox challenge. It's actually a mental reset. At least for me, it is in my channel and what I'm trying to do here. It's a mental reset, it's a global correction of attention. And everything out there right now, the news, the feeds, the fake urgency, it's all engineered to keep you in constant reactive mode. And reactive minds, they don't build legacies. So when I say lock in, I'm not talking about isolation. I'm actually talking about intentional focus, inner fortification, and knowing how to stand still while the world shakes. So let's get into it. The great lock in is not isolation. It's actually alignment. I want you to write that down because you're not hiding. You're actually choosing. See, like I said before, the world runs on distraction, right? And let's be honest, the distraction has actually, in all sense of the word, become like a new dopamine. You scroll, you refresh the feed, the drama of the day, all the micro hits of chaos. Well, sometimes that can be disguised as connection. And so then every scroll, every conversation, every emotion is either a deposit or it's a withdrawal from your focus account. So when you tell me you're tired, it's not actual exhaustion from work. You're bankrupt from the energy leaks. Your energies paying bills that you didn't actually approve of. And I want you to know something. Awareness does not equate to obsession. Yes, it's okay to know what's going on, but don't marry it. You can be informed without being infected by the crazy of the day, and in some cases of the hour. I want you to start auditing what's being inputted into your system. Ask yourself, who has access to my attention today? And more importantly, did they earn it? Now, I want to jump on focus as a protection. You see, focus is not a productivity hack. It's actually spiritual armor. You cannot guard what you don't ground. And if your mind is all over the place, then your power is too. Think of your focus like a ring system or like a home alarm system. And if the doors are wide open, well then anything can walk in. It could be gossip, it could be comparison, It could also be fear. I want to share a morning ritual that I created a while ago, and I still do it to this day. It's a morning ritual, okay? So when you wake up in the morning, don't pick up your phone just yet. I want you to pick up your purpose. What does that mean, April? That means do 1 full minute of silence. You need to set your clock early, that's fine. Just wake up and just absorb the silence and set one clear intention for the day. It could be today, I lead my mind. Today, I will not do X for 60 minutes, whatever it is. And during the day, if you find yourself, getting irritated, then do take a quick break and then do like a 15-minute audit and say, what's getting my energy and why am I letting it get my energy? And if it's something that does not need your energy, well, then redirect it, change the proverbial channel. Okay. Also, you know how we all like make to-do lists and things like that? Change that up with to be list. Start the day asking yourself, who do I need to be to lead well today? And if you don't lead anybody, you actually lead yourself. So, who do I need to be to lead myself well today? You could say that. See, this is not one of those cutesy rituals that I know we all have, but this is actually more geared towards calibration. And if you can command your first 15 minutes, well, then the rest of the day just falls into formation. Now, I want to touch on mental discipline in a very, very, very noisy world. You can't talk about discipline without talking about emotional regulation. See, the great lock in requires you to respond and not react. Reaction is a reflex, but a response is actually leadership. Now, for example, when I lost my corporate role, the first thing I wanted to do was panic. But see, panic is just unprocessed perception. So personally, I had to take a pause. I had to take a breath and gather myself completely. I had to remember who I was. And for me, that was my first lock in moment. It wasn't glamorous or anything, but it was grounded. Scattered attention is actual survival mode. Disciplined attention is sovereignty. See, the brain, it actually follows the body. So when you slow your breath, your thoughts obey. Whenever I start to feel angst or something happens that causes me to go left instead of go right, I do a 3 count reset. I pause, name, and decide. I pause the trigger. I name what's really happening. And then I decide with clarity and not with chaos. And every time you choose clarity over reaction, you actually rewire your power grid. Moving on. Let's get into the energy economy. Mental currency is what I truly call it. See, you can't buy peace, but Lord, can you spend it recklessly? Okay? See, the algorithm is a business model built on your distraction. Every time you lose focus, someone else gets paid. And see, the lock in actually flips that equation. Your attention becomes your asset. So, I have a few teaching points on this for you. First, the input. What do you consume? Because what you consume is what you create. If you consume chaos, you create chaos. If you consume clarity, you create clarity. And when consumption outweighs creation, that's how you get anxious about stuff. That's how you get anxiety. It's good to practice conscious consumption. You want to limit doom scrolling till about 15, maybe 20 minutes a day tops. And replace consumption with construction. Have one creative act daily, even if it's small, like journaling, planning something, decluttering, praying, building. Whatever is your judge, do the thing. Because energy moves where attention flows. And if you want peace, well, you have to invest attention there. You can't just, oh, I want peace, and then you're constantly focused on chaos. It doesn't work like that. Now, the other part, this lock in does not mean lockout. I want to make sure I keep that clear. Locking in does not mean locking out. You still love and connect and collaborate, but you stop negotiating your boundaries. You stop apologizing for needing silence. You stop explaining why you don't chase chaos. Because focus is not selfish, it's service. See, what a lot of people don't realize is 2026 belongs to the disciplined. Let's let's look forward for a minute. 2026 will reward the women who trained their focus in the fog of 2025. The ones who learned to stay clear when the collective went cloudy. This is your training ground right now, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Here's something that I have been doing as of late. I call it a focus forecast. And when I think about my next year and what I want it to be like, regardless of all the noise, okay, I think of what are my top three priorities for the next 12 months? What distractions threaten those? And then what boundaries have I created to protect them? And then I do this journal prompt like once a week, sometimes twice a week if I'm feeling flustered. But it's where am I leaking power? Discipline today becomes destiny tomorrow. I'll say it again. Discipline today becomes destiny tomorrow. So here's my challenge to you for the next 30 days. Practice the lock in ritual. Guard your inputs. Protect your mornings. Choose peace like it's payroll. The world is very loud, but your clarity can be louder. Now, if you're ready to learn how to lock in without shutting down, this is where we train for it together. I'm April K. And this is the great lock in, mental discipline for the next dimension. Until next time, stay anchored, stay aligned, and stay locked in.